Okay, so this is kind of the conclusion video for the St. Patrick's Day 2021 festivities in the Irish soda bread. So where did we get our recipe? We got our recipe from Sally's Baking Addiction, which looked like it was like a baking blog. I chose this recipe because I am not a baker and this person is a baker, so they had a bunch of tips and history about the recipe and stuff like that, and that's very helpful when I don't know those tips, and the tips can be the difference between making a good product and not. So that's why I went with this one with perhaps more information than I needed to know, because I can or not too much information, but more information than I needed to know, because I needed that information because I'm not a baker. So yeah, I could incorporate it as best I could. Maybe not every tip, but some of the tips, yes. And so the name of the recipe is Grandma's Irish Soda Bread from Sally's Baking Addiction, and I'll put the link to the webpage where I got it from in the video description for this video. And in addition to that, so I broke down, depending on what brands you use and that kind of thing, the nutritional information will be different. So I'm not gonna go through every single brand I used. I showed the different ingredients in a different video. So if you want the brands, they're there. But I'm just gonna go over the total nutritional information. Like, we ended up getting low-fat buttermilk instead of whole-fat buttermilk, which was my mistake, but it still turned out great. It tastes delicious. I give it a 10 out of 10, this recipe, or 5 out of 5. And so I calculated 6 different things for this recipe. And so calories, fat, sodium, protein, calcium, and iron. And I did the total recipe and for 1/8 of a loaf. So I'm gonna go over those real quick. So the total calories for the recipe with the ingredients we used and brands we used was 3,140 calories. The total fat was 69.375 grams of fat. The sodium was 4,107.5 milligrams of sodium. The protein was 75 grams of protein. We chose to include an egg, so that helped with the protein. Calcium was 759.75 milligrams of calcium, and iron was 3.7 milligrams of iron. So iron was 3.7 milligrams of iron. So make sure I'm saying that right. So that was the total count, and that's really good. The sodium is a little high, though I find that sodium-rich foods tend to be good at, like, a can of chicken noodle soup, like Campbell's chicken noodle soup is perfect for, like, if I'm really just craving things, I'll have a can of the chicken noodle soup, and that'll completely, like, I'm no longer craving food. So sodium is really good for appetite control and moderating food intake. So it's perfect for if you're dieting, or at least it's perfect for me when I'm dieting. Sodium-rich foods are, because I get satisfied a lot easier. Yeah, so just an observation about myself. And then for 1/8 of a loaf, so this is nutrition information for this Irish soda bread we made today, and that is for 1/8 loaf, it is 392.5 calories. It is 8.67 grams of fat. It is 513.4 milligrams of sodium. There are 9.375 grams of protein per 1/8 loaf. There is 94.97 milligrams of calcium, which comes out to, based on 15 milligrams as 1% of a daily intake for calcium, it comes out to 6.33% of daily calcium intake for 1/8 loaf. And iron comes out to 0.4625 milligrams of iron, which, using 0.2 milligrams as 1% of daily intake value, this is approximately 2.31% of daily iron for 1/8 loaf. So that's the nutritional information for the Irish soda bread made today. I'll put the link in the video description. And thank you for watching this video and or the other videos. Happy St. Patrick's Day 2021. I hope you had and are having a wonderful day. and had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day 2021, and in general.